Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of the Drew Gamers Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play. It's been an interesting one because this is a re-record. I rendered out the episode, got it all set up, put it through Handbrake to compress it down, and I then replaced all the files and everything so I could do episode 5 and episode 6, and then when I went back to watch this one, halfway through, my audio glitched up. The game audio disappeared, and the my mic audio was there instead of the game audio, but it was delayed from my main mic audio, and it was all stuttery and kept cutting out. It was really weird, so I'm having to redo this, but it's fine. So today's question of the day is, which is your least favorite Final Fantasy? Like, out of any Final Fantasy, it doesn't have to be the main series, like 1 through 15 sort of thing. It can be any. It could be like Type 0, it could be Tactics, whatever. Just let me know which is your least favorite. And yeah, we're gonna get on with it. So today, I think in the last episode, because I forgot to double check where I was in the last episode, I believe we just beat Astos, and we got the crown. I know, so we got the Miracle Eye. Miracle Eye, that's Pokemon, but we got an eye. We got the eye that we need to take to Matoya, and then we're gonna do something with that. So I didn't mean to go there then. So that was a good start. And then I went off and healed and got some items and stuff. There's a lot of battles there, blooming heck. But I hope everyone is having a good day. At the time of recording this, just to be like really weird, because in the next few episodes it'll be an earlier date. It is the 14th of November 2021. And we are heading back up here. Because this is actually confusing, because the way that you do this bit is interesting. In Final Fantasy 1, it gives you direction. It's like one of the old cases of old RPGs where they're like, oh yeah, we're going to give you a hint of where you need to go. But they don't really tell you. So like you go under the bridge that they built and you think, oh, maybe it makes sense because obviously it's a bridge. But in like old times and stuff, like when it was like in the NES version and stuff, it might not have been as easy to realize that you could go under the bridge. And they just basically hint at basic things. They'll like say, oh, well, Matoya's missing this and stuff. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye. Give it here. Crystal eye. There you go. Don't worry. I have something to give you. The most amazing potion in my entire collection. I'd skipped that. It was very annoying. You obtained the Jolt Tonic. And now that we have the Jolt Tonic, we're going to head back to Elfheim. I can see it, guy. I can see it. You still here? I don't need it anymore. So be on your way. You're not even as attractive as I thought you'd be. Thanks, Matoya. So, like, people will talk to you, obviously in the game and stuff, and, or you talk to people and they'll say like, oh yeah, Matoya's missing her crystal eye, or I heard that Matoya, like, knows how to make potions, so then you think, okay, well, she's missing a crystal eye and she knows how to make a potion, then I'm gonna go off and do that. I'm gonna go back to her once I've got this. But that, Matoya's cave is completely optional, so you could have walked past that and not realized who this Matoya is, for instance. And the elves are like, oh, Astos is the king of elves, he's evil, he's doing all this stuff. We need to take him out. The Jolt Tonic must be what they need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I'll try it at once. But you have to do this to progress the story. So, Your Highness! Your Highness! I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something's telling me I'm not dreaming. I shall follow the legend it has been told to me in my foretellers. The time for me to pass on the mystic keys to the rightful... Yeah. So basically we got the mystic key. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend time going around and getting everything that the mystic key unlocks. That's you, the prince is finally awake, and you have my undying gratitude. Go peace back to Elfheim. I'm awake and strong again, all because of you. Thank you, Warriors of Light. So now this guy gets in our way, which is another old RPG thing where you try to get past someone and they just get in your way. And you're like, excuse me. I am very important. I am the Warrior of Light. But if you come up here, you will find this. I didn't show this bit off, but this is the this is unlocked by the Mystic Key. So we got a Mithril Hammer and a bunch of Gil, then some Bronze Gloves. We're gonna give Cassandra the Mithril Hammer and Sterling the Bronze Gloves. Now, if we go... We're going to go to Elfheim first. And I believe I buy some magic spells for my characters. And then we're going to go over to Astos' castle, the keep. Because there's a Mystic Key door there. We give him Null Frost. We give her Poison. The level 4 white magic isn't that great because, like I said, you can buy items to recover all that anyway. Haste is very important. That it can, if you do haste and temper, fantastic combination. Because what haste does, it doubles the amount of hits your character does. Western Keep, there we go. So, for instance, I don't really show it off here, but I will be showing it off a lot in future episodes. Damn bat. So basically, if your character is doing 3 hits and use haste on them, they'll do 6 hits, as an example. But if you combine, and it does more damage because obviously you're doing more hits. So then if you combine that with temper, fantastic. And if your character ends up doing like 7 hits, they'll be doing 14 hits in a turn. So this, actually, if you had a monk, if you've got a monk or a master on your team, you are set because they do ridiculous amounts of hits per turn. And you can like set up, and they can do like 32 hits. So if you do that and then set them up with temper as well. So we got a Falchion from that chest. Every single one of these has a static encounter in front of it, and I could have taken these from the side, but I just wanted to show you that they do all have static encounters in front of them. I think I'm very determined to put haste on Sterling, and then it just doesn't... I don't think we actually see it. Yeah, because then he gets put to sleep. And they're not that hard, so... It's fine. It's more for bosses that I use it for. And we got a power staff in there. And then I could have opened that from the side. I'm like, nah, I'm alright. I should just use Daira and then just leave it, to be honest. Who's gonna go first? Is it Montgomery? No, it's Frederick. I'm trying to think where this episode ends, actually. Oh, I know where it ends, right. I was just making sure because I'm like, okay, I want to make sure that I get it in time. That's the only issue with doing this in post-commentary. And I'm like, okay, well, I need to make sure I remember when to do the the outro. So I decided to switch this up and give Frederick the Falchion because I feel like the Red Mage has more of like curved blades and sort of like the more thick, like rapier ones and then curved blades. So we're back down in the Marsh Cave and we're going to get the chest down here. And one of the rooms, I was very angry, you'll see when I get there, but one of the rooms just doesn't have anything in it at all. And it's just like, well, why lock that if you're not going to put anything in it? But yeah, I feel like the Red Mage just has more like the rapiers or like the curved sort of swords. So I wanted to give it to him instead of Sterling, who has like the long swords and the broadswords and stuff. It doesn't really matter, you can give it to whoever you want. I just felt like that felt more aesthetically. And we will be getting some more weapons and stuff as the episode goes on, I think. And obviously as the Let's Play goes on, we'll get better weapons, so... I think we get really lucky here, because Montgomery only had 43 HP left. And then he hits Montgomery for 86 damage, so Montgomery would have died there if I didn't heal him. But he did just level up, but he only got 2 HP up, so he still would have died. We got a silver armlet. I believe that that spot we just stepped on was a static encounter. So they would always fight Pisco demons on that spot. So do we just do Lazara? Yeah. It's such a big difference. Like, obviously, like, magic's not that powerful in this game anyway, but it does come in handy. Like there, we just took out pretty much every enemy in one go. So it's good for, like, clearing the field really quickly. But it's not as especially with magic like temper and haste, it's not as good as it should be. However, there is a big difference between Montgomery's magic and Frederick's magic, because he just does ridiculous amounts of damage with his magic at this point in the game. Like, for instance, like, he's just going to do what, like 200, over 200, whereas Frederick would probably have done just barely over 100. Oh, Anaconda. So I try and put haste on him again. I don't know if we're going to. No, because even if I do, we're not going to see it, because Montgomery's going to take him out. There we go. Well, I think those other enemies were weak to magic in general. We've got an antidote. See, there's like, these items in here were really kind of pointless. I can't remember what we got from the first one now, but you saw it. And then we just got an antidote from that. Then there's nothing in this one at all, and that was locked with the Mystic Key. So I was just checking to see, like, oh, maybe there's a hidden item somewhere. But no. And I can't remember what's in this one either. But after we've been to this one, I believe we go to the Chaos Shrine, because when we started the Let's Play, we went up to the Chaos Shrine, and there was doors on the left that were open with some chests in it, but there's doors on the right that you can do that will give us some items as well. And I believe one of them's like a worm blade. It's 1020. So it wasn't like, it's not really that worth it. Oh, we go here first. We're going to buy Lazara for Frederick. And then I'm not sure what else we're buying. I guess, yeah, we buy Vox, but again, they're just... The only one that's really useful there is Null Frost. Fear's not that great. Poisoner and Vox are okay if you run out of items. But you can always just buy more items. So these enemies should be very easy, so... Because these are in, like, the first dungeon of the game. And I wouldn't really call it a dungeon, it's just basically, like, one big room. Awesome, awesome. It's a 24 experience. I'd laugh if we actually leveled up. Hello. I must have, like, got a message or something. I was like, oh, okay. This is a static encounter. So we got some gargoyles. So these are a little tougher because they are only in these rooms. They weren't, like, natural enemies of the Chaos Shrine. But they still go down really quick. Oh yeah, Rune Blade. And then there's some more up here. Got some skeletons then, they're fine. So you come all the way back up to this side. It's basically the four corners of the Chaos Shrine that give you the items. We've just got one ghoul, cool, fantastic. And this is a static encounter as well, which is very frustrating because you basically are forced to fight two sets of gargoyles when you come into this room. Because you step on that spot of the chest, but then you move over to the other side to get the other chest, and you have to step on this one again to get out of the room. You're like, for God's sake. I think I cut out the second battle though, just to get it out of the way. And we get a werebuster. That was it, werebuster. And then a gold needle, which gold needles are always handy. And I believe I might switch those around again because... No, I keep it, okay. So now in Cornelia Castle, because we haven't been back here for a while, this is actually where we're going to start progressing the story. If you come around the back and go down here, there is a point where you can use the Mystic Key to open some doors and get a load of treasure. But there's an item here you need in order to progress the game. So if you want to progress the story, you're going to have to come here. So we've got a cottage, a saber, and a mithril knife. These items, they're okay. Like, there's some good healing items in here and stuff. Like, the cottage is very handy. We've got a tent as well. An iron armor, that's alright. But this is the thing you need. You need the nitro powder. So make sure that if you are playing this along with me, then come here to get the nitro powder. So I tried to I was like, okay, let's see what we just got if it said in use, and it wasn't. I was expecting the mithril knife to be better, but it wasn't. I was like, oh, okay. And now we have that, we can leave Cornelia. I might go off and heal first, yeah. We can leave. You get in your boat and you head west a little bit, and then you head north. So this part of the game gets very confusing in what you need to do. So you basically have to talk to pretty much everyone to figure out what you need to do. But you might have found this by accident, like while exploring. You might not have found Elfheim. You might have gone this way, and then you just keep going. You just go north from here. But there is people that do tell you about this in the game, and I think we spoke to a few of them. Don't know why that happened. And they'll be like saying, oh, the dwarves are up in the north. So that's where we're going. We're going to see the dwarves. They have Scottish accents to their voice. So I apologize extremely because I'm going to try and read it, and it's going to sound Scottish, but I'm not going to attempt to do a Scottish accent because I can't do a Scottish accent. But it's going to sound like it because of the way they write, where their text is written. And I know for a fact, because obviously I've re-recorded this, that I do skip over a lot of their text by accident. So we're going to give it a go. But you come out here at this dock here, and then you head over to the west and then down to the south, and you will find a cave. That houses the dwarves. Okay, here we go. So we're on Mount Duergar. And they all say Lali-Ho. Well, not all of them, but most of them say Lali-Ho. We've got some chests in here as well. We've got 575 gil and 450 gil. With Crystal Eye, even the blind can see. So there's another hint towards, if you come here and you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe if I can find I heard the Dark Elf Astos, to the one belonging to Matoya. So there is a hint if you come here and you don't mean to. I'm looking for some Levistone. It's supposed to be an amazing material that actually floats in the air. Lali-Ho. That's so nice to Derek. He's smashing rocks in the back of the cave. When it comes to defense, a good armor can be every astute as a body armor, which is good for, like, obviously mages who don't have armor. Have you blooded with our Smith? Thing. Let's see what else we got to do. With Crystal Eye, oh yeah, we've already spoken to someone who says that. The earth has started to rot. It began to the west and now the decay spreads. So we come back here later. If only I had some legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to make a fantastic sword. So that's a hint for later on, and once we find the adamantite. And then down here, there is a room full of chests, so we're gonna get all these. Got a worm killer, an ether, a potion, a great helm, a tent, a mithril mail, 575 gil. They love their 575 gil, don't they? Jeez. Yeah, for some reason I was confused. I was like, oh, why can't he equip the mithril mail? But Frederick can have it, which is good. Gives him more defense. So this is Nerek. Nitro powder. The explosive force of the powder will help me canal open in no time flat. I owe you, kids. So that's who we need the nitro powder for. If you don't have it, he'll probably say something about needing the nitro powder. But I don't know if he'll say like, oh, I think Cornelia has nitro powder. I'm not sure what he actually says. There we go. Now we can blitter that rock to smithereens. What are you standing around for? That powder's set to blow. Unless you... yeah. So we have to move, basically, because he's going to blow up. I don't really understand how this bit works, but... it helps us get on with our adventure. So basically, he's put that down there. Oh, seems lovely. And he's opened up a bit of the land so that we can sail on through. I can't wait to see what lies on that canal. So now we can, like I said, we can leave. There's nothing like else for us to do in here for now. So we're gonna head over to our next destination by sailing west, down, and then west over to the next town. There is a whirlpool here, and I do go in it briefly, but I couldn't remember. Like, I remembered this specific bonus dungeon being somewhere else, so I was like, okay, let me just look into it real quick. So this is the Live Spring Grotto, and we don't do that for a very long time. But if you keep going further west, you will encounter a dock that you can get off and a small town. So that is going to be our destination. And now we are in Melmond, and all these people are talking about, well, pretty much was talking about the crystal and the earth crystal. So we're near the earth crystal. You can tell, like, with the town and how it's been rotting and stuff. All the earth's kind of decaying around it. We've got some really good magic here, all costing 4,000, but we can't get any of them yet because none of our characters can get level 5 magic yet, which kind of sucks. We get them eventually, though, obviously, so... but we got Kuraga, we got Life Diaga, Healara. If you don't have a white mage, I would say, honestly, that... If you don't have a white mage. If you have a white mage, but no other class, I would say that Life Diaga and Healara are the best, because Kuraga is great, because it basically heals a lot of HP to a character. But Healara does it to everyone, and does a decent amount of healing as well. And Diaga is helpful because obviously it's a lot more damage to undead enemies, so you may as well get that. And you're going to find a lot of undead enemies around here. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Nah, I'm alright. I don't know which one your father's shop is because you don't tell me. I'm just a farmer. In the cave at the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He is a wise man who knows much. What's his name? I've got the way for Duergar to find out the springhead of the Earth's decay. So he's like, oh yeah, I need to figure out what's going on with the Earth. Restore the crystals to Grace. So we've got a longsword here we can give to Sterling. But we don't end up buying it for some reason. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. I've heard that the ancients possess something with power to make a ship float in the sky. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll just eat about any kind of rock, but I hear he special likes gems. He can't get enough of them. There's nothing I, the great genius Dr. Un, don't know. What? You never heard of me? Inconceivable! $36,000? No, I'm alright. Keep it. We'll probably get some eventually. The cavern in the south is... The cavern in the south of Melmond. First again, the more fertile the soil, now it's barren waste. This is again, and hold down to that doing of that vampire that lives in the cave. Our town is such rotten shape because he's blocking the way to the crystal. Will you stop him for us? So that's basically our next destination. We've got to go to the Cavern of Earth. And then we are going to take out the vampire in order to stop the further spread of the Earth's decay. Well, that's going to be the end of the episode, everyone. So thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to answer the question of the day. And I'll see you all in the next episode.